When you get here, it kind of looks like a dead scene, but that's because everything is happening inside. I'm gonna go ahead and try this little bite for you guys. I also got offered a burger. So right behind me is where the 200 acres of land is located. That's Zone A, and this is Zone B. It means Jim Carr would be neighbors with the proposed biodiesel plant. It's a community that provides support, allows the ability to build friendships, but most importantly, provides hope. That helps combat some of those costs. So people like Lauren Plotowski who work at Southside Cafe are able to add a little bit of extra cash to their pocket. Hoop Fest is back for another year, the largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament in the world. This is a program that was initially brought in with head coach Brian Green when he first came to the university in 2020. When I first came to the Pacific Northwest, the thing that I like doing is making snowballs. Community members are still unhappy, which is why some of them will be here on Thursday taking part in a protest. Right now I'm standing outside the original Quality Inn, which has now transitioned to, and if you look to my left, the Thrive Center. But what about outside? Making sure you have sturdy staircases as well as working light fixtures. Hoopers, it's your time to shine. Find out what event is returning to Spokane. For those of you who are looking to go out, I suggest you stay inside, maybe watch the Grammys, watch some football. SEMA has a variety of researchers studying healthcare, and one way they improve Africa's health is through data. High 45, low 34. We won't see much rain coming in until the evening hours, but still, grab a jacket just in case. So not only do they conduct the news at the news desk right behind me, and the state of Washington is proposing a new Senate bill that would provide nurses compensation insurance coverage. And we'll see going into tomorrow and Saturday, sunny conditions, high of 37 for Saturday, low of 24. Sunday and Monday and Tuesday is when the snow is coming back in.
Wanted this to be our last home. My wife and I planned for this to be our last home, and this kind of thing could drive me away.
This plant, if it goes in, it's going to affect all of us in the city, not just one neighborhood.
I think it's definitely the wrong location for this kind of business.
Community members reacting to the Port of Whitman County confirming purchase of land on Wawaway Road for a proposed biodiesel plant. Homeowner Jim Carr shares concerns why the project is too close to home.
Place for my grandchildren. I'm curious to know how it's going to affect my property. So right behind me is where the 200 acres of land is located. That's Zone A, and this is Zone B. Pullman would have to rezone those to make it industrial. So what does that mean? It means Jim Carr would be neighbors with the proposed biodiesel plant. On January 25th, the Port of Whitman County Board voted unanimously to buy the 3 parcels of land for $3.8 million. The council shared a proposed biodiesel plant that would be anchored by a private partner and startup company AgTech OS. It's reported that the project would cost $110 million with intentions to employ about 40 people. But community members are worried about the company's credibility.
My concern is Pullman kind of their guinea pig?
Yeah.
And I don't know that we want to be their guinea pig.
Community Development Director RJ Lott shares that the city of Pullman has not received information regarding the project, but anticipates them soon. Banusha Armani and Gwen Anderson are dedicated to informing Pullman residents. They started a petition to disapprove the establishment of the biodiesel fuel plant in Pullman. The petition can be found on change.org. Within the coming weeks, community members can also expect a public notice and comment period for those who also want to voice concerns.
Be part of the solution that we're looking for.
Damien Alvarado, Murrow News 8. The president's trip to Nairobi brings opportunity. It's another step in advancing a partnership and its goal in expanding student learning and global impact.
And for any student in the state of Washington or on the West Coast that says, I want to go somewhere where I can have a global impact, hopefully this is the kind of thing that says, boy, I'm interested in that, I want to learn more. That's why I'm going to come to WSU.
There are currently 7 faculty and 18 staff members who work in Nairobi, a system that is funded by grants from the National Institute of Health and Center for Disease Control. There's been a push from faculty and Schultz's goal to expand abroad ever since he took office. It presents a new opportunity for PhD students.
And the idea is, could you set up a program so that these same students could get essentially a PhD from Washington State University at the same time that they got their PhD from the University of Nairobi.
Stephen Kiyama said the program would be impactful. He thinks it would expand cultural values and give those who partake the best of both worlds.
This relationship we have with Washington State University is a transformative relationship.
Providing PhD students with opportunities to conduct research at both locations helps advance healthcare globally and makes students competitive candidates coming out of graduation.
I expect that the faculty and the students will take advantage of this relationship so that we can build the next generation.
Dr. Guy Palmer is the Creighton Chair and Senior Director of Global Health at Washington State. This is a project he has worked on since the Paul G. Allen School's formation. He hopes this program offers a new way to train students. He shared his thoughts on the impact in an interview. Palmer says, "What's done there protects people here. The program provides a different set of communities to work with. There's lessons learned in Kenya, and there are lessons learned in Washington State. Training people in places that are unique will really make a difference." As of right now, this is just the start for the PhD program. Schultz shared that both sides signed a commitment to work together, and logistics of how the selection process, requirements, and costs will be decided later.
30 years from now, somebody says, well, have you been as successful as you have? Why has your career gone this way? You can go back and say, there were certain things I got at Washington State that made a difference in my ability to compete and do what I wanted to do.
Damien Alvarado, Murrow News 8.